I know, Mark, that you've wanted to bring. We haven't really talked about Smash, I think, at all on this show before, right?
We brought up coaching once, kind of.
Oh yeah. But you just want to talk about Smash, right?
Right. I'm secretly a giant Smash fanboy. It's not actually secret at all.
Okay,
I'm pretty
literally
openly
posted pictures of you in Rome playing
in
Smash
the Coliseum.
at the
I got the first
Coliseum.
Falcon Punch in the world in the Coliseum, baby.
You're actually really annoying.
What do you want to talk about?
So one of the best players in the world, Leffen, had been banned in a sense from the United States. He had a visa issue and he couldn't go to the biggest tournaments, which are all in the United States, and minus like one small stint in Canada, he hadn't been able to compete at all against the top players, and it was this long, ongoing issue. He finally got his visa, but the thing is, he had kind of given up practicing seriously because it had been too stressful to stay like on the top of your game, not knowing when you're finally going to be able to come back because you just keep getting disappointed every time a big tournament comes and goes. So he kind of gave up being seriously in practice, and then the Big House 6, a big North American tournament, came up, and his visa managed to get cleared in time for it. And because he's not in practice, he decided to not really try seriously. He didn't pick his main characters, and I mean, he tried to win his matches. It wasn't like he was throwing them, but you could tell he like wasn't on fire for it. And my stance is that I kind of think that's BS, because I understand like mentally he wasn't prepared, and to like be sane, he didn't want to push himself practicing all the time in Europe, not knowing when he'd make it back over. But now that you can come over, like, you have fans, you have people who want to see you like not win, but just take the game seriously. We're excited to see you back, and I think it's kind of a cop-out for players in any game really to like not try to like at least do well or like be what like your fans are proud of if in any game. I think it's dumb to come back into a competition and not try, even if you know you're not going to win.
Did he say that he wasn't trying?
Right, he didn't like set up some expectations like I'm going to come in and win, and then like he showed up and didn't try.
But I mean, did he like say like, oh, I don't care about this tournament as much or something?
Yeah, he was basically like, I'm out of practice. I don't want to come in and like try super hard. I'm going to play my like secondary characters, and he was pretty upfront about it. So it wasn't like it was an expectation thing. It was just that like, do it for your fans. Like, come in, play your Fox. If you lose, like, we don't care. Like, we understand your situation. Right. We're not like, oh, I can't believe Leffen lost. Like, I don't know why you would come in and just not give them what the fans want. If you're not going to even be playing for yourself to win.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's going to be very mad at you, probably. But.
I mean, I'm probably not going to see this. Who are we kidding?
Well, anyway, I agree with you. I think that's, why would you show up and not try? You know what I mean? Like, we all understand you just got your visa and you just got here, and this event, you probably won't win. You're out of practice, but it doesn't mean you can't try. Like, people show up to watch this Fox. You know what I mean? Like, people want to see him play to his very best, and it's not like I don't think this is a good mind game for him and his opponents. It's not like someone's gonna see him playing Peach or whatever and just be like, oh man, how do I approach it? Exactly.
Now, yeah.
But yeah, he should have definitely tried. Like, there's people that look up to him. He's a Red Bull sponsored athlete, right? Like.
Yeah, I do wonder if there's any conversations behind the scenes, right? Because that can't look good for sponsors or for your organization if you're saying like, I don't really care. Especially because Red Bull went through so much to get him the visa, right? Like, they were a big part of this. You get this guy the visa, and he's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good on this. Whatever.
I mean, for me, I agree with you guys on principle. Yeah, of course. You show up to a tournament, you have to try your best, like, obviously. But I've said this on the show before. I love me a good esports villain, and Leffen is 100% setting himself up to be the preeminent Smash Bros villain. And like, the fact that he shows up and goes, whatever, and like, that's it's dumb on one hand, but on the other hand, it's like, what if he shows up at the next tournament and just demolishes everybody? What if he becomes the God Slayer at the next tournament that he was always meant to be? Like, that would be the ultimate in like just supreme esports supervillainy.
I don't know. I mean, like, he had a stint when he went to the Canada thing. He lost really badly in one tournament, like got 17th or something, or 9th, I forget. And he lost to some matchups where he should win. And people like were kind of disappointed because it was like, oh man, he didn't win. But at the same time, he's like, who's he training against? Yeah. He's not going to other tournaments. And then he boot camped there for basically a month, and then he won the next tournament and looked like a beast. And like, I think he could have just given it the same treatment he gave that first tournament in Canada. Like, come out, try your best. Your fans will like high five you. You'll lose. And he took that first loss really hard because he wanted to be like I'm still the best. I'm coming back in and I'm going to dominate all you guys, and he lost. So he felt bad. But I just take it as a cop-out. I like seeing the guy who always pushes, doesn't give up, and like even if he loses, he's like, all right, whatever. I gave my best. And I think that would have been a fine mindset to have.
Mark, I'm curious, was there any community conversation around this, or is this like, did everybody just sort of accept this as like acceptable?
I think a lot of people were just like, all right, do you, Leffen. Like,
That's crazy to me.
I didn't
surprised
see
there's
I
not
didn't
a
see more
bigger
people be
outburst.
like, dude, just come out here and body some people and then lose to better players who are more in practice than you. Like, there's no shame in that.
Yeah, it's surprising that the community didn't call him out for that, because especially because I feel like the Smash community is so outspoken. I mean, all esports communities are, right? But those guys, I think in particular, and there's such a spotlight on somebody like Leffen that I'm just surprised that there's not more commotion going on. But maybe that's proof that it doesn't matter, right? Like, maybe it's fine because, like, at the end of the day, there's no cost for Leffen. You say do it for your fans. If the fans don't care, like, maybe it's completely cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think like someone's gonna come out there and be like, no Red Bull sponsorship for you. Making that documentary was a mistake. But I just mean like, for me, as someone who watched the Big House 6 this weekend while also watching Worlds, like every time I saw him play Falco, I was just like, dude, I don't, like, this isn't what I'm watching for. I'm watching to watch you, like, destroy some people. Maybe you can't right now because you're not in form, but, like, I don't assume bad on you for it because you didn't have a visa. You couldn't compete. Like, your best players aren't even, like, nationally ranked that you're training against generally.
Well,
I mean,
what? Oh, go ahead, Jeremy.
on some level, it is. Yeah, he's playing the safe game here. He's saying like, "Oh, I wasn't at my 100% form. I only want." He wants to have that backup excuse.
I mean, it sounds like sandbagging.
it is 100% sandbagging.
It feels to me like he was like, all right, well, no one can say I'm not in form if I don't even play my best characters. And that just felt like such a cop-out.
Well, I don't know. Hopefully he's in better form next time. Either way, we're out of time for this topic.
Check out Yahoo Esports Live every Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific.